Hi everybody, it's Kayla, and welcome back to Fixer Upper, the show where I usually attempt to fix up your houses, but today fix up an EA apartment because I need a new lot for my Dylan Diaries LP, okay? I just need a new place to live. I want an apartment. I'm pre-recording for TwitchCon, so I did this one. And honestly, I think I've tried to do this apartment before, but I've never actually done it because the shape is really weird, isn't it? And like all these windows make it difficult. I renovated it. That's my point. Okay, let's do a tour. Also, these Sims in the household, they just were living here like the game generated them. I don't know who they are. This guy's got a cool beard though. That's all I gotta say about that. What's his name? Adrian Hoskins. Oh, me too. Okay. Anyway, let's do a tour. So when you first walk into the apartment, you see a nice wall, and what? Oh, see, if I'm being honest, I haven't actually ever really come into this apartment either. So this will be new to me as well. But here's the kitchen. As you can see, interesting choice of tiling and colors. Not a fan of the wall lights. I'm just gonna critique EA for, oh, cool lamp though. See, it's all a very cool idea, but like excessively expensive appliances. This is like $13,000 stuff. Um, you want proof? I'll show it to you. So I don't know about that, but yeah, interesting. Yeah, it is 13,000 simoleons. Okay. Anyway, so there's that. And then out here we have a really dark. It's dark in here, which is weird. But we have a nice dining room, great view. Like I love this. This is actually really clever. I'm not gonna lie, with like the wall sconces and the pretty artwork and this cabinet thingy. Like it does look nice here. I like the extra chairs. It's very dark. And I also love this living room. It's kind of big and it's weird. There's so many couches, but like it's nice. No TV, which is kind of weird as well. But then we have like I like the fireplace. I don't know. It's a nice idea. And the thing is, for an EA build, they aren't allowed to use many items. Like they only have base game and city living in this build, and they also have to keep it like not too cluttered to make it run well on all computers, like even low end ones. And so I respect EA's grind. And I respect their like they can't do much. And so what they did with their items that they had is good. But it's dark in here and I don't like it. But here's the bathroom. Um yeah, and here's the master bedroom, which is very nice, I feel like. Really cool wall lights. Love the I don't know, it's interesting. In here we have oh god, over here there's another bathroom. Which has a fancy talking toilet, which is cool. And then over here we have two bedrooms, like extra ones. We've got this one, which is kind of a cool color scheme. Love the zebra print. You guys know how I feel about subtle zebra print. Am I right? Wow, stream reference. And then out here we have another kid's room, which again, not too bad looking. Love all the windows. It's very bright in here. Well, it's still kind of dark, but it's very bright in here compared to the rest of the house. It's not too bad, but I want to renovate it. So as per usual, I try to kind of keep the existing floor plan a little bit so it's a little bit more realistic, because you can't just like come in somewhere and tear the whole place down if you're trying to be realistic. You know, it's The Sims. But I did my best. And so with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right on in to the renovation. Okay, so we are back and we are fixer-uppering this apartment. Usually I'd be like, this is my favorite time of the week, but that's not true because I've been recording so many videos past couple days that when I get to Wednesday and I'm like, oh, fixer-upper, God bless, I can just sit here and talk to myself. Excellent. But this time I've done it too much. I've done too much talking to myself for the past couple days, and so it's less exciting. However, it's apartment time. I built an apartment, which I haven't done an apartment in a while actually. Which is weird because I used to do a lot of them, but I figured in my head, I was like, okay, well, I need a new place for my Dylan Diaries LP, and I also need to do a short build because I have to pre-record for TwitchCon. I was gonna say pre-record for Fixer Upper. That's false. Pre-record for TwitchCon. And so instead, I built this and then spent 2.5 hours on it, which doesn't sound that bad, but I was thinking more like an hour and a half on a build, and then I did 2.5 hours. So that's just the theme of this week, I think, is planning for a short build or a short stream and then streaming for 4 hours. I'll get to that in a second. But I was supposed to build a pretty short, like, I figured I could do it fast, but I couldn't do it fast. I did it over the course of like 3 days too, because I would build it and then be like, I can't do this anymore, I hate it, and then I would stop, and then I would come back. And so I started this on Saturday night, Friday night. I started it on Friday night, and today's Tuesday, and I'm just now finishing it, so it was 4 days. Yeah, it was in 4 parts. Oh my goodness. That's really bad. Usually I can crank it all out in one recording, but this one was done in 4 parts. That's how you know it was bad. I kept building new things. The thing is, usually it's easier for me to build something. How do I explain this better? But like when I build a thing for Fixer Upper, usually it's not for a specific sim. So it's kind of like this generic house that could fit anybody. And I have like just my generic bedrooms that I don't really care about. It's just like a green kids room. Like it fits all kids, like just green. And then like a nursery, and it's easy to furnish, have like a system in place. But this house or apartment is for a specific sim, and so it was harder to furnish because I had like a style in mind, and I was like, no, Dylan wouldn't like this, and so I had to furnish it that way. And the rooms are like more decorated for her kids. Well, she only has one kid. The other one doesn't exist yet, but it will soon. So this apartment's for her. By the way, my Dylan Diaries LP, it's linked down below. You can check it out. It's honestly, I think, one of my favorite Let's Plays I've ever done. I say question. I mean, obviously, I love like Black Widow and Baby Challenge and stuff because they're so ridiculous. But this is like a normal Let's Play, to whatever extent that's possible. I don't know. It's a lot of fun to just play the game sometimes and not be like having kids with boy bands and naming after vegetables. It's just I don't know. I like the Let's Play. So if you want to check it out, it's linked down below. This LP is for them. No, this build is for them. Again, too many words, can't speak, having a hard time. Too much pre-recording. But yeah, this is a longer one because it was supposed to be short, but now it's a 22-minute voiceover. Plus it's going to be like 3 minutes of pictures maybe, and like a 3-minute intro. It's going to be a long video. That's okay. That's a good thing, right? Too much Simsy content, am I right, guys? Yeah, but this week, okay, let's back up and let's tell you a little story about how I streamed for 4 hours yesterday by accident, I guess on Monday. So basically, I canceled my stream on Sunday because I usually stream. This is me just talking about my Twitch again. Follow me on Twitch, guys. It's linked down below. So I stream usually Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. But this week I canceled my Sunday stream because I was pre-recording all day on Sunday. Like Sunday I recorded 6 videos, and I also had homework to do, and so I had like a project to do and stuff, so I didn't have time to stream on Sunday. So I canceled my stream, and I felt bad about it, and I wanted to play like a game, and also I know that I'm going to be leaving for TwitchCon on Thursday, so I can't stream on Thursday like normal, and so I was like, well, I'm going to stream for like an hour and a half on Monday night after class. And I got back from class at like 5:45 at night. Well, class got out at 5:45, so I got back from class around 6. Quickly got like a snack dinner, I say in air quotes, and then streamed. I was gonna stream Stardew Valley for like an hour and a half max, right? Ended up playing Stardew Valley for like 3.5 hours on stream. Like I extended the stream 2 hours longer than it was supposed to be. I more than doubled the stream. So that was pretty, it was so much fun. I didn't want to stop playing, and I don't know how to explain this better, but it was just a really good experience, to just sit there and play some Stardew Valley. Cause it was a pretty, like, there were probably like half as many people there as usual, and so the chat was a lot like easier to manage, which is hard. That's kind of weird too to say, because like less people's, it sounds like a bad thing, right? But usually there's like the chat's moving so fast it's hard to like keep up with, but the stream was smaller, and so it's easier for me to like read the chat and stuff. And I got a new like text to speech thingy for my stream. So basically, because this is so dumb, you don't care about this at all, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. So I got partnered a month ago, and so people, when you resub on Twitch, so when you subscribe, it costs money, right? And it's a monthly subscription, so they'll like pay the money every month, and then when you subscribe, like notifies the stream, like it puts this like overlay up that I have, and it's like a picture of me or a gif of me getting hit in the face with noodles, and then it's like blank has just subscribed, and then when they resubscribe for the second month, they can like alert the stream again, and they can put a message that time. And so I wanted to have a bot that would like read the message out, and so I got this Streamlabs to do this like British man named Brian to read my messages out loud. So when they donated and when they resubbed, it like read out their message, and it was just so funny to just hear Brian like just reading these messages. It doesn't sound funny, but when you were there, it was so good. So we were just sitting there playing Stardew Valley, talking to Brian, having a grand old time for like 4 hours last night instead of pre-recording. So I don't know. Honestly, it was one of my favorite streams of all time, I think, because I really love Stardew Valley a lot. It's probably, you know what? I'm going to call it my second favorite game of all time. Aside from, obviously, The Sims is like number one. You can't top The Sims, but like Stardew Valley is a very, very close second favorite game. So I love to play it. I love to stream. I love Brian. It was just a lot of fun. So it's on YouTube if you want to watch it. On my second channel, More Simsy, you can go back and watch it if you've got a spare 3.5 hours maybe. But yeah, so it was a good time. I don't know. I feel like I was having a really rough day yesterday because I was so like overwhelmed. Because I mean, I love YouTube, right? Like it's so much fun. I have a great time doing this. But like when you're pre-recording like this and when you're trying to prep to go away, it's just so overwhelming to be making videos in advance for like so many days. Because I was trying to do videos for all of this week and like up until next Monday. So like a week's worth of videos, but also the podcast. And like I spend, when you're making like 7-8 videos in a day, it's very overwhelming. And also I have exams this week I have to study for. And so it's just like, oh my God, how am I going to do this? And it was nice to just like sit back and play some games for a little bit with people that like care about me. That sounds so weird, but you know what I mean? Like just, it's a really fun, calming thing to do. So thank you for that, you guys. I really needed it yesterday. It was good. It was good for me. I appreciate you. Anyway, yeah, why am I like this? I'm just trying to tell a cute story about my streams. Oh, is there no computer in this lot? Oh. I think there's one in one of the kids' rooms. Usually I put too many computers. I think this apartment has not enough computers, which is interesting. See, when I try and do crazy things with bedrooms, I end up forgetting computers. This is my own fault. Here I am just ranting about streams and like not being important. I don't know, but you guys, Twitch is really fun because I feel like I just keep plugging my own Twitch. I'm not trying to do this. I'm just trying to explain why it's been so good for me lately, because I feel like there's a lot less pressure for me on Twitch because my priority is YouTube, right? Because like that's where my audience is. That's where I started. I like YouTube a lot, obviously. But Twitch, I feel like, because I'm less concerned about, how do I explain this better? I don't know, because with YouTube, like there's a certain standard, and like I have to post every day at 3 o'clock, and I have to post this video every day at 3 o'clock. But Twitch, I can kind of just do whatever, and I can just play some games and have some fun. And like that's really good for me. I feel like it gives me an excuse to play games too. Like I wanted to play Stardew Valley yesterday. Like I've been wanting to play it for a long time. Then I was like, well, if I stream it, I can justify it. And so it's really good to just hang out. You know, it's very relaxing for me. I mean, it's still stressful because like, I don't know, it's kind of overwhelming, but like it's very good for me to have that. You know, so thank you for giving me Twitch. And I get to go to TwitchCon. Oh my God, I'm leaving. Wait, so you're seeing this on Wednesday? When you're seeing this video, I will be on 24 hours after you see this video, I'll be on a flight to Long Beach, California. So that'll be interesting. I keep talking about it because it's like my main priority right now is like prepping for TwitchCon. I don't even know what to expect, if I'm being honest. I'm a little bit nervous. It's going to be a good time. I'm very excited about it. Also, the podcast this week, I'm not posting the podcast on Monday. I tweeted about it earlier. I was like, okay, what's the best plan, right? Like, should I post the podcast, like make a podcast in advance that's like just about something random, or post it like 2 days late and come back and just talk about my TwitchCon experience in the podcast? And I think the consensus was completely like 100%. Kayla, post it a couple days late and talk about TwitchCon. And I feel like even if you don't care about Twitch at all, it might be interesting to hear about TwitchCon, because like for me as a person who used to not care about Twitch back before I streamed on Twitch, this is like even like 6 months ago, I still would have been like, what's the deal with TwitchCon? How does that work? And also having like hearing me freak out about TwitchCon for like the last 2 weeks, I feel like it might be interesting to hear about me talk about how it actually ends up going. I don't know. So I'm gonna talk about TwitchCon next week in the podcast. So probably expect that. I'm getting back Monday night. I'll record it Tuesday. So expect the podcast Wednesday. I'm gonna say Wednesday. So we'll podcast a little bit late this week, but expect it on Wednesday, if not Tuesday night. Or no, we'll go for Wednesday. I'm going to say Wednesday. Podcast on Wednesday. I got this. See, that's just my updates and classic plugging of all of my social media. You guys, hey, you want to subscribe to my podcast channel? It's on YouTube. It's called Hey Simsie. Link down below. If you like my build videos, I promise you'll like my podcast. It's the same thing. There's just no gameplay, and there's my face. It's also on iTunes and SoundCloud, but, you know, you can check those places out if you want to. I'm just saying. Anyway, now I have nothing to talk about anymore. What have I done? Okay, well, can I complain really fast about philosophy for a second? I'm so sorry to people that enjoy philosophy, but I'm taking this philosophy class, and the issue with my philosophy class is not that it is horrible. it's that it's horrible. And the thing is, the subject is not bad. Like, I enjoy reading these things. I'm kind of a nerd. Like, I enjoy philosophy. I hate the class. Like, I have to go there twice a week for an hour and 15 minutes, and my professor is just kind of the worst. No offense. She just drones on, and the room, it's very small, and there's like maybe 35, 40 students. And the thing is, she asks questions and then nobody answers them. Like, she'll be like, so what do you guys think about this? And the room is just silent and awkward. And then you can tell she just stands there and she just waits. And then no one says anything. And she stands there and waits and nobody says anything. And the thing is, like, I'm not going to say anything. Like, you guys know I can't speak up in class. That's impossible. Like, I'm me, like, that's not going to happen. So while just sitting there waiting, and then she's like, this always happens, and then gets all like, ugh. And I feel bad for her because, like, no one's talking, but also I can't talk. Like, I can't be expected to do this. Like, I'm much too anxious for that. Like, I can't speak in class. We know this already. We talked about this many times. But just, it's so awkward, and then she's so boring. And this week, so yesterday in class on Monday night, we have an exam on Wednesday, and so Monday was like the review session for the exam, but okay, first of all, hasn't written the exam yet. She comes to class and she's like, okay, here's my plan. I always do the review session first and then write the exam because apparently she feels weird if someone asks a question that was on her test and she has to answer it. So she likes to, I guess what she's going to do is like write the exam to make sure it has questions nobody asked her, which is so weird to me. Like, everyone else has already written the exam. Like, she hasn't written it. So people will be like, how many questions is it? And she's like, oh, I don't know. We'll see. They'll be like, okay, how much writing is on the test? And she's like, I don't know. We'll see. And so people ask questions about the test and she's like, I don't know. Haven't written it yet. And like, the exam is tomorrow. What do you mean you haven't written it yet? Okay. But then, so yesterday in class, because no one was like answering her questions or asking questions, and she was trying, I don't think she preps for her lectures either, which is weird, but I feel like she just comes to class and wings it. Because like, she'll get to class and she's like, she looks at the syllabus, and she's like, what should we talk about today? Because she has like a list of works we need to do, like philosophy works, that like, here's some stuff from Plato and here's some stuff from Martin Luther King. And then she like looks at it and she's like, what should we talk about today? And then she like decides in the middle of class and then just wings it. Like, she like pulls up the document and then she'll kind of look at it for a little bit and be like, okay, let's talk about this part. Like, I don't think she plans her lectures in advance, which is very weird, right? And so yesterday in class, when she was like reviewing for the exam, she had like a whole 15-20 minute spiel about how important it is to like, she was talking about something about how, I don't even remember, it was just the dumbest thing ever. She was talking about like how important it is to actually read the works, but like, yeah, that's the purpose of the course, is to read. Like, what do you mean? And then she was talking, and then study groups. She talked about, okay, this is the worst part. Like, I get, like, obviously people, like, might not read. She's like, you guys gotta read. It's important. Like, for the test, you could probably skate by if you just listen to the lectures, but if you want to be a philosopher, you have to read the works, which, I get her mindset. She's a professor, like, I understand. But then she had this whole lecture. Oh, my goodness, my phone. Look at me getting notifications. I was just, someone liked one of my tweets. Speaking of Twitter, follow me at lilsimsie. But she had this whole, like, again, like another 20-minute spiel about study groups. And then she was talking about how important it is to be in a study group unless you're not good at the subject, in which case you shouldn't be in a study group because then you're going to, like, hold other people back. So she's like, if you haven't been doing the readings, don't join a study group because then you're going to hold them back and blah, 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 blah. So for 20 minutes, I sat there and listened to her talk about study groups. Why did you waste 40 minutes of class time yesterday when you could have been reviewing for the exam you haven't written, just talking about study groups? I don't understand. It's just, I've never been in a class that I hate that much before. I've taken a lot of classes that are not fun. Like, I took a lot of really boring AP classes in high school, no offense, at physics. But, like, this class, I have never been so miserable and bored. And plus, when she lectures, she never says anything important. Like, all the stuff she lectures about, I already knew from the reading, like, because I read it, and, like, I understand most of it. And, like, I read Spark Notes, too. Like, I always read the thingy and then read Spark Notes to, like, get a better, And so everything she says, I already have, like, from that. And so going to class, and she doesn't even, like, she doesn't prep her lecture. She just comes to class and she's like, yeah, Martin Luther King. And then people will ask a question and she'll go off on like some weird tangent that doesn't make any sense and isn't going to be important to the class. And so I just sit there in class and go on Discord the whole time. It's so bad. Like I just sit there in my Discord server and like I'm just like chatting away all because I have my laptop and like it looks like I'm typing notes. I'm not. I'm on Discord. That's a bad confession. I know, but just the class is so boring. And the thing is, I wouldn't have to even go to class to get the material because I can just read it. But she gives pop quizzes, so you have to go to class. But like that's and she only gives them sometimes. So there's like that weird fear. And there's little me who's like, well, I can't miss a pop quiz, so I always go to class even though I know that I don't need to. And then I just sit there on Discord for an hour and 15 minutes every Monday and Wednesday until 5:45 p.m. And then I come back and stream sometimes, or just this Monday. But it's so boring. I have never been in a class that boring before. And my mom too, when I signed up for it, she was like, Kayla, I don't know, I took a philosophy class in college too. It was horrible. I don't think you should do that. And I was like, no, Mom, I'm going to take this class. I want to learn about philosophy. And I should have listened to her because look at me now. But I remember we had like a fight about it, my mom and I, because she was like, you shouldn't. And I was like, Mom, you can't tell me what to do. I'm going to take it anyway. And then here we are. A few months later, miserable in philosophy. So I guess our life lessons are number 1, don't take philosophy unless you have a good professor. And plus, rate. Okay, so here's this thing. There's this website called Rate My Professor. Rate My Professor. I can't speak. I'm sorry. But go to that because people on there will be like, hey, easy class, but she's so boring. And then you'll be like, oh, that's okay. It's fine. It's not fine. Listen to those people. It's an important website. They'll tell you about them. It's like Amazon reviews, but for professors. So check that. Take it with a grain of salt, but also check it because it's helpful. And number 2, listen to your mother. Because even if you look, Mom, I'm sorry. I often disagree with you, but you oftentimes also end up being right. So she's going to listen to this too. Watch, my mom, I bet you my mom right now as I'm saying this is typing out a text to me saying, yeah, Kayla, I know I'm right. Because she's going to watch this and then be like, I told you so. And I just admitted defeat. But she was right. My mom was right. This class is horrible. I should have listened to her. It's so boring. It's so boring. And the thing is, there's not much, like, the work isn't that hard because all I have to do is do the reading and then come to class, like, prep for the pop quizzes. But, like, it's so boring. Like, the concept of, like, going to the class is so miserable. Every Monday, Wednesday, I'm like, oh, no. 4:30 p.m., time to go to philosophy. Oh, boy. It's the worst. Anyway, I mean, the thing is, it could be worse. Like, there have been worse classes. Because it's not hard. It's just that it's miserable. So it could be miserable and hard. But it's just easy and miserable. Although I haven't taken an exam yet, so we'll see how that turns out. I'm taking it, like, when you're watching this. I could be taking that exam, like, as you're watching this video. Isn't that wild? Well, I'll keep you updated when I get back from TwitchCon. I'll be like, you guys, that exam, should have listened in class because, let's be honest, I shouldn't be just on Discord the whole time. Although, to be fair, I don't have to go to class. Like, if I didn't go, I wouldn't miss anything. But also, I don't pay attention anyways. That's the thing is, this is very unlike me because I'm such a tryhard in school. Like, in all my other classes, I'm, like, typing away. Like, I'm obsessive about, like, note-taking in school and, you know me, right? Like, this is how I am. I'm obsessive. But in this class, it's so boring and useless because nothing she says in class is important. It's fine. I'm fine. I feel like she wastes so much of my time just talking about nothing for an hour and 15 minutes twice a week. Okay. I'll stop. I'm fine, really. You guys. I'm not fine. Whew. Okay, we're good. So anyway, you guys, how was your day? You doing good? Nice, fine Wednesday. Anyway, this build is on the gallery. It's saved as a room. If you don't know how to download the apartments, you have to, like, go, it's as a room, then there's gonna be, like, a hole in every wall where all the rooms are. You'll see it, because, like, you can't save a build, like, a whole lot to the gallery as an apartment, but you can save the room and then place it. It's kind of weird, but you'll get it when you download it. And also, you should watch my Dylan Diaries LP, because I like it a lot. It's one of my faves. And it's, again, the playlist is linked down below. My Twitch is also linked down below if you want to check that out. So is my podcast. Again, just plug in all the things. And my Twitter, @lilsimsie. Follow me there. I'm just going to keep pushing these things. you know, because, oh, I hit my water bottle. I'm just not so good at this. I like motion with my hands a lot when I talk, and so then I like hit my mic and I hit my water bottle and I hit my knee on my desk and it makes all these noises and I'm like, oh my god, I'm dying, and it's a whole thing. This is not going well. I'm just trying to fill the last like 40 seconds of the video. Because I feel like it's important to do this. Anyway, I built, again, this took me 4 days to build, which is so, it's not even that long. It's so dumb that it took me that long, but whatever. We're almost at the end of the video now. I hope that you enjoyed it. Make sure to leave a like and comment and subscribe and do all those fun YouTube things. And in case you guys didn't know, I post new videos every single day. And so I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody. It's not that bad, and the subject is fine. It's just my professor. She's kind of the worst. I feel bad saying that. She's very nice. She's just not good at professing. It's my fault too, but also it sucks so much, okay? I'm sorry, Mom, I should have listened to you.